Good morning, everybody. It's about 3:30 in the morning and I'm on a little road trip this morning. I'm heading to Tennessee. I'm going to go visit my good friend Craig Odom at C&O Marine in White Bluff, Tennessee. And while I'm there, I'm going to pick up my electronics, batteries, and a bunch of other goodies. And then the next morning, Craig and I are going to go down and visit Teresa Johnson and Jeff Hartung at Phoenix Boats and drop all that stuff off because I'm getting a brand new Phoenix 21 PHX. So the boat probably is just getting started right now, or in a few days, or at least a week, it'll be started. But Jeff needed those electronics, so they were there when the boat gets to that stage. So I'm looking forward to the visit, and I wanted to invite you to come along. So let's hit the road. Well, we made it to St. Louis. It's about halfway in the trip. Not sure if you can see it or not, but the arch is up ahead. Getting ready to cross over the river here, and we'll soon be into Kentucky and then Tennessee. All right, finally made it into Kentucky, and I am crossing over the Kentucky Lake Dam, or at least the bypass now. This is what I used to call home for quite a long time. Miss this lake. And now we're coming up on the, actually this would be the Cumberland River Bridge, where you can see the dam for Barkley Lake. Barkley Lake stretching out there. There's the Green River Marina in the distance on the right. All right, we made it here to CNO Marine. All is good. Took me just about 8 hours to get here, and now it's time to get to work and to load my stuff up and see what we got. All right. Right, we're here.
You know your picture's on the wall.
It's right there. I'm right there too. But I wanted the picture of this old man here.
I like walking past that one.
Mm-hmm.
So you're here.
That's the same day, and I'm in front of Teresa's.
Yeah, you're in front of Teresa. You're in HR's office too. She didn't know who that was.
In this office?
No, it's over the plant.
Oh, in the plant? What's in that picture?
You and Ray Brazier.
Oh.
Driving. It's a driving shop.
All right, guys, we made it here. We're at Phoenix.
After putting butter in the cake.
So wax, yeah, and then tape them here.
Got them waxed and we'll tape them. Mold maintenance is through that roll-up door. There's another shop there where we do all the mold maintenance, stripping and waxing.
So, how do you tell one mold? So, I mean, of course I can see size, but like this looks like it's a fairly large boat here.
I would guess this is a PHX. So this is a 21 PHX.
Okay.
Looking at the difference between a 21 PHX and a 921 Elite, you can't hardly tell the difference.
Right.
Like they're both 21
Sure.
PHX.
So the 921 Elite.
Look, the flares, the strakes all come all the way forward. On
Right.
the PHX, they don't on the Elite. So
And on the PHX, the hull's a little deeper. right?
The deck steeper.
The deeper, the deck steeper. That's what I meant.
The deck is 1 inch taller.
Okay. Yep. Well, you can definitely see it in that one there.
The strength coming all the way forward help hold that nose when you're fishing in like those 3-footers. That's what it says, rough water.
Lake of the Ozarks.
The coming forward help hold that nose from diving down.
Lake of the Ozarks. And then we start turning left here.
So they'll come. It's a big. It used to be a small circle. It used to do this.
Yeah.
So it used to be short track, and then when we built that other building, it went into a Daytona.
And then you've got all these are pre-built.
Those are all pre-built stringers.
Wow.
So they'll come through. They'll tape them, paint them. All the decks are shot in these 3. The hulls are shot in those 3. They come in at 5. They start about an hour early.
And so you have a set number that you do every day.
Yeah, so
because they've got a set.
6, 7, 6, 7, 6. 32. Used to be 6 a day, now we added that 2 spots. Then we'll have a skin coat. We'll run a layer of knit down each strake to help soak up the excess resin in the strake.
Okay. Right there.
So this is there's about 7 different types of knit that we use. The difference between knit and a woven is the denser the weave pattern.
Okay.
Knit, if you look at it, it looks kind of like Kevlar basically.
Oh, yeah,
it's a real tight weave pattern. Smaller.
Yeah.
Woven looks like an old Indian one.
Okay.
A real loose weave pattern.
Yeah.
And it's a biaxial material, so you'll end up with a material that does that, but it'll twist on you.
Right.
More prone to gel coat cracking.
Okay.
Most companies will use it because it's a lot less expensive.
Oh, okay. I can, yeah.
Look at that versus the woven rope.
You can feel that. Yeah.
Built a stronger class part.
Yeah.
This
absolutely.
costs a whole lot more than woven.
Yeah. Right.
A lot more.
But you have less to worry about on the back end.
We don't fight the warranty stuff.
Yeah.
Way better. Same deal, the stringers are all one-piece grid design. They're all made out of knit. Not a chopper gun stringer, which most companies are chopper gun stringers.
And so,
flex and twist.
What is the gray product?
The gray product is Plexus.
Okay.
There's 2 ways to put a stringer in. You either glass it in, you take a 6-inch roll of knit and you glass it all the way around, or you bond it in with Plexus. We actually use the brand name Plexus, not the generic 10-to-1 methacrylate. So, you don't bite my mix got a little off and my stringer fell out.
Gotcha.
You can't hardly mix. The mix on brand name Plexus is 1-to-1. You can't hardly screw it up. So.
Gotcha.
We've never had a stringer pop loose. We've never had a transom fail. Not one in 15 years. I've seen guys. Aaron hit 10-foot rollers on Erie and busted 3 motor bolts.
Yeah.
Transom. We'll skin coat them. Day 1 is skin coat. That's the only thing that happens on that day. They'll sit overnight. They'll come in the next morning. They'll do the bulk layup. Basically all the laminate, overlap transom, set your stringer down. Stringer has to kick off for 7 hours.
Yeah.
So then they'll set stringer down. Tomorrow they'll set subfloor foam boxes and typically foam it late that afternoon. A lot of times they'll foam it the next day and then pull it that afternoon. So they're in the mold for about 4 days.
Okay.
Which is about twice as long as what everybody else does.
So then here's your top cap.
Same deal. So they'll paint them today. These got painted this morning. They'll skin coat them. We'll come back in on the skin coat. Every corner is bent in the radius. It's dry in, and they roll it into that wet resin to soak up the excess. Once these skin coats come back in tomorrow, and
they go over there.
Well, no, they'll finish these up, and they'll look like that.
Oh, okay.
They'll put all the boxes down, do the bulk lid,
So
we do use chopper gun on the deck.
What are these?
It's just wire ties.
Okay.
For all the light harnesses.
All right, cool.
We do use chopper gun on deck. It's not a bad word, but you've got to know where and when to use it. The only place we use it is bulk areas on the deck. A lot of it you can see like this, we know we're going to cut out. That's why it looks nasty. So they'll work the excess resin into that area and cut it out.
You have some pre-built boxes already?
The decks go faster than all of them. The boxes are pre-made. Deck, valve.
So what's the? So what's
racetrack comes to
Yeah.
an end right here. So once they've got them foamed, the last thing they'll do here is they'll foam these in the morning, pull them in the afternoon.
And so they get them, they get
This
turned
is-
around, and then they finally go out the door.
Yeah, so this
they
is our polling station. We'll
Yeah.
weigh every part, and then they'll kick the mold that way. Re-wax, re-shot.
So you weigh every part, so you know what it should exactly weigh,
weigh the deck, weigh the hull.
and it should be right within.
It's we know a track. But
Yeah,
You'll have
exactly.
some variance.
Of course,
'cause
yeah.
Like a all gel
Yeah.
coat boat versus an all flake boat. There's about
Yeah.
80 pounds variance.
Sure. And then those get cleaned and they get back into the.
Those get re-waxed, retaped, and reshot again. This is our grinding room behind that curtain. So
Sure.
the parts will come out here, go straight into grinding. Trim the flange edge off. Everybody thinks lamination is the nastiest job.
I would.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Red waxes and all that. Like you got to have a cycle.
Those companies that pull them
They
really,
kick-
really
they pull
too
it.
quick and then go right back in. Those are the modes.
We had some when we first started. There was bumblebee molds that we started using. They were 15 years old. Once they pull them, they'll trim the flange edge off, knock down any high. So you can see they'll grind down any high spots, any glass that might be sticking up. Foam holes.
I was gonna say foam holes.
Remember all the plastic snap caps? Normally that's what you do. You snap plastic caps in there and then you pin it and never see them again. Those don't keep water out. So we actually, it's 15, 30 minutes. We glass back over every foam hole.
And you guys now, Phoenix is offering a. You've got your own wiring harness that's like the C-Clear, right?
Yeah. So we've got an E2 harness. Basically, we went and bought everybody's aftermarket harness, tested voltage drop. Used one boat, 5 graph setup, and a 360 and a live scope. So it was 7 devices.
Cool.
Started testing voltage drop on all the aftermarkets. Came up with our own design. We run 2-gauge harness from the battery to a circuit breaker that's also a cutoff switch, and then 2-gauge from that to a fuse block in the rod box, 10-gauge from there to each glass.
Cool.
2-gauge is
2-gauge
basically
doesn't drop like voltage.
you don't have any
Yep.
voltage.
Yep.
2-gauge is the equivalent of running a dedicated 10-gauge strand
Sure. Of what?
battery for 9 devices. If you count
Yep.
the amount of wire strands in 2-gauge versus 9 strands of 10-gauge, it's the same wire strand.
Right.
That's why we landed on 2-gauge instead of 8-gauge or 4-gauge. We started looking at 9 devices. It's about as many as you can run. That's a 6 graph setup with a live scope, a 360.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's what Gary has in his room. Nobody's going to run more than he does. So that's what we set up for 9 devices on this.
Okay, now you've challenged me.
Well,
Nobody's
6
gonna run
graphs,
more.
a live scope, and a 360. I think I can fit 3.
I can do it.